Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between and around, thank you very much for joining us, Debate Sensei. This is CEDA edition, where we talk about things that are relevant to competitive CEDA debate. I have the director of debate from California State University, Long Beach, Devin Cooper. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Hey, you just got back from Texas, the tournament we're talking about. How was that? I mean, we're going to see pretty soon, and you all did pretty well. But in general, how was your trip?
It was pretty good. What I will say is that we got to avoid the storm that y'all had here because we were gone the entire weekend. We came back on Tuesday.
California. I know.
Yeah, we took two novice teams and our open team. And so, we had all of them received hardware. So
nice, excellent. That is always nice. Excellent job. How was the weather out in Texas where you were?
It was moderate. It was off and on warm and not as cold until like early morning.
All right. Well, you got lucky. That's excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start off with generally the significance of the Texas Open. What makes this tournament so special?
Well, it's really special because it is the last major tournament of the year, because you have your major tournaments and then you have like your semi-majors and then you have like your regional tournaments. But the Texas Open is the last major tournament before we start getting into national championship season. And so this is the tournament where people are really trying to solidify their spots in the ranking when it comes to being a first round.
Okay.
And even Copeland panelists as well.
Oh, Copeland panelists. So, and when you got to remind me, because it's been so long since last we talked, when do those decisions and announcements get made for Copeland panelists and things?
Copeland panelists doesn't happen until the night of the NDT, like one of the nights of the NDT, one of the award nights. I think it's like the opening ceremony.
Got it.
But the announcement for the first round should happen like within the next 3 weeks or so.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So we could maybe we have a topic there to talk about. Is there anything that y'all did between last semester and this moment and the Texas Open?
Yes. So we hosted a tournament, which was the Catherine Classic for Fullerton. And we also went to the Dartmouth Round Robin.
Oh, what's the significance of the Dartmouth Round Robin?
That is the tournament that solidifies who are in the top 7 teams in the nation.
Oh, wow.
As of that tournament. And so what is happening there is that it is a round robin of like really high powered debates. However, the unfortunate part of that is that most of the judges that are in attendance are very much so traditional leaning judges that don't really bump with K arguments or K affirmatives, critical asks, unless it has a plan.
Okay. So does that make it difficult for your approach and strategy?
It did.
Okay.
Very much so.
All right.
It was 5 debates that we had, and out of the 5, we won 2.
Okay.
We beat Harvard and we beat Emory. So
those have been some pretty high performing teams so far, but everyone there is.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
All right. Well, this tournament, the Texas Open, looks like it was freaking huge.
Yes.
Is this the biggest tournament?
Outside of Wake Forest and possibly Harvard, yes.
Okay.
It's 126 teams, I believe.
126. My goodness.
Mhm.
And so you posted up the final brackets, and I saw that they broke all the way to partial triple octos. Yeah, my God.
Yep. Mhm.
When I went to my national tournament for NPDA, I think we broke to partial quads. So that's yeah, yeah. So elimination rounds like start on Saturday night, and then all of them are Sunday, all day
Mm.
Sunday. Hmm. But that NPDA is nowhere near as big as it used to be. You know what I mean? It's like it's I don't know. Does not seem to be doing really well at the moment as far as the organization is concerned. But anyways, let's talk about CEDA. All right, so these partial trips. Um, is there anybody that's anyone who deserves special notice that didn't break that was a surprise? Doesn't always happen, but I always like asking.
Um, I believe it was for me a team of NYU, one of the
Oh,
NYU teams. I think that um, a team, I forget their code, but it was an
right.
NYU team that was pretty successful at the Harvard tournament and a couple of other tournaments that they had. And I think that they're a pretty good team. I'm pretty sure they should apply for some type of like first round or anything like that because they
Oh,
beat some
really?
of the first rounds this year. Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
one of the
Okay.
major teams that I know.
So it looks like NYU broke one. They normally break more than one.
Well, they usually only take one or two teams or
Okay.
maybe three. But like in the open division, from the ones that I'm used to seeing, there is a team that I believe they went 3-3,
Mm,
and I think that they have the capacity to perform a little bit better than that. But
okay.
yeah, it was NYU MS.
MS.
Yes.
And the one that broke is TM.
Hmm.
Okay. It looks like they just made the cut too. Yeah.
And I was one of the judges that helped them make the cut.
Okay. Now,
So I think
is
it's
it just a straight winning record breaks?
uh, a four, I think four and above.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they
Yeah.
even they do some speaker point breaks on that. Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
So you had to be four and above. But yeah, but the NYU team of TM, I judged them in round six, I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Yeah, that would have been a break round. Oh man, that's always so tough. Always so difficult. All right. So some of the big breaks are the usual suspects, right? I'm
Yeah.
looking at yeah,
Yeah.
like Emory. My God, how many
Yeah, they
did they?
brought like a lot of teams.
Oh yeah, and they
Yes,
broke
and
a
we
lot of
went it
teams.
in prelims. We went against Emory like three or four times.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. I'm looking one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, including top seed. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness, 7 teams.
Yep.
It's like wow, it's like
Yeah.
20% of the field. Wow.
In prelims, you went against Emory three times.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Hmm. And
that
then we
is
hit them in elims twice.
all right. What kind of team are they again? Like as a whole, or do they have?
Mostly traditional.
Okay,
They have a couple of critical teams.
yeah. Of course, Northwestern is bringing a lot of heat. I see two. Oh, is it only two? I don't I know. Is it three? Yeah, there's three. Maybe I'm missing one. Okay. Um, Would you say like does are those the typical teams that break at Northwestern?
Yes,
Yeah.
but they Northwestern has like a critical team that they have these days.
Okay.
And they're mostly traditional teams though.
Who else am I seeing a lot of? I think I see Kansas several times.
Yeah, we faced them in the elims. They were the second seed.
Oh, I see that. Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh,
and yeah,
okay. It's nice.
and we defeated them in the octos to
In the
become the second seed ourselves.
okay. Was that October? Yeah. Oh, that's right. I see it. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Let's take
like
a
the
look
fifth.
at
We were like the 15th seed.
yeah, yeah, and barely getting a bye almost looks like, huh? Not too many
Mhm.
teams.
Well,
Okay.
the reason why we got a buy is because we got the first place speaker and the fourth place speaker.
Oh, okay. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Um, are there any teams that broke that it might be like their first time or they're hitting above their weight class, anything like that?
um, Not really.
So this is
Um,
like okay, it's more likely that some good teams didn't break than some new teams did break.
so on at least on a national circuit, I haven't really seen Samford as much,
Yeah, I was
or
wondering like
yeah, or this second Wichita State team, CH.
okay.
But like, you know, I could be wrong, but at least in the national circuit, I haven't really seen those teams,
Okay.
but they have been around.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to know information like that, but that's it seems a little hard to get. Like, which is their first time breaking? I mean, it's
Well, I
hard,
mean, this tournament itself is really hard to break through.
right? Yeah.
It is high powered and people are hungry
All
to
right.
get that placing. I know we were.
I know that, like, man, the CEDA collects a lot of data. I'm wondering if they have that data somewhere. But I would love to see that, and especially the change over different tournaments, like how many first time breaks are at this tournament. Like, you probably see very few at this one, and a bunch at some others.
Hmm.
Be interesting. Okay, so any major upsets from trips? Not really, because it's a partial. That means all the top seeds are kind of taken out of the equation.
Hmm.
Right, 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 right.
So in doubles is where all the action happened.
All right, let's go to doubles. Let's talk. Any upsets pop into mind right here?
Well, yes, but
Oh,
not in the sense that we're thinking.
okay.
There was an upset when it comes to Dartmouth.
Dartmouth. I'm going to go
Yes,
down.
because Dartmouth CE walked over Dartmouth BC, I believe.
They okay. So we don't break brackets in this. Where's
Hmm. And Dartmouth BC was the 22nd seed, and Dartmouth CE was the 11th seed. So they got walked over. And that Dartmouth team was the second team out of the Dartmouth Round Robin.
oh
So
wow.
it was an on team upset in a sense.
Oh wow. Oh, I see. That's going. Okay, so from okay, I see. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
CE is going over. I see. Yeah,
I mean,
22.
and technically, if you want to say, we were upset too, because that was the
Oh yeah.
second seed and we were the 15th.
Oh, I see that. I see that. So that
Hmm.
was uh well no, it looks like they're 18th. Is that what happened?
Uh,
The Emory team?
no, oh no. I'm talking about. Oh, you're talking about doubles. Sorry, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, doubles.
yeah. So
Yeah,
the first
doubles
one,
wasn't an
yeah.
upset. Sorry, that
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah. But
doubles. Was
the
an upset.
next one, yeah, I see what you're talking about. I see what
Yeah,
you're
the
talking
next one
about.
was.
Oh man. That's a shame. Okay. Is it and so is CE typically uh um doing better than BC or what you're saying is
No,
that No. Oh wow. So they picked up a good seating and then they walked
Mm-hmm.
over. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That is an interesting little dynamic.
Yeah,
Not really.
Dartmouth, BC was at the round robin, and they've been
Yeah.
consistently like, up there in the first round pool. I mean, they still are, but
Yeah. 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 Oh
mhm.
man. I wonder how they take that. I mean, it's
I don't know, but people take debate really, really like hard,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So the number one still walks through. Yeah, that one's close. Yeah. See a lot of course, a lot of Wake Forest. Well, actually, not a lot of Wake Forest. What's going on? Uh, am I wrong?
Well,
Don't I normally see a bunch?
well, two of their debaters retired, and it
Oh,
made them into one team. So that is the team that is Wake DL. So they
okay.
become one team.
They retired what, like mid-season or?
Right after our tournament at Long Beach. I think
Oh
Long
yeah.
Beach.
I don't know. Oh, what's going on? Oh,
Okay.
hey, it looks good. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they retired after our tournament at
Oh,
Cal State Beach, Catherine Catholic Classic.
okay. That's an interesting timing, isn't it?
Yeah, but sometimes people are done. You know.
Okay. Well, there you go. Excellent. Um, all right. So now we're in quarters, and we got your big upset over Kansas. How did
hmm
y'all how did y'all manage that?
I mean, to be honest, it's just that we had a couple of fumbles at this tournament, is why we are 4-2.
Oh,
And so that's neither here nor there. But the thing is that, some would argue that we probably shouldn't have been the 15th seed, but
okay.
whatever. But so this was just a regular framework round, and we're used
Okay.
to those at this point. So,
Right.
we've gotten way better at answering framework as we have progressed. And I keep telling them to innovate and change the way that they answer it. And that
Mm,
makes it a little bit harder for some of these teams to adapt to how
right.
we answer it because
Right.
they're not able to have all their coaches prep out the answers to our answers. So we got to
Mm,
keep changing them. So it forces them to have to answer it on the spot.
right. And that okay. That Dartmouth team that walked over, it looks like they lost that round. Do you think if it was the other Dartmouth team, there would have been a higher likelihood? They're
Sorry,
against
wait, let me
Kentucky,
see.
though.
They went against Kentucky.
Yeah.
I think that the odds of that would have been a little bit more even
Okay.
because that Kentucky team is like a really good team, like
Right.
really good.
Right. Right. Right.
And Dartmouth BC is a really good team, so I'm pretty sure they probably had a couple hiccups like we did, you know.
Right.
So that's probably why they were at 22. And that happens. Yeah, because I think they lost to Kansas WW and UTDSK, two teams
Mm.
that are not typically, high up there in the ranks, but that's a thing.
Uh, uh, Texas advanced. They were third seed over Kansas, so that was.
hmm
It seems like it might have been expected. We got what, Harvard and Michigan. So now this is a pretty, at least according to the brackets, this is a fairly big upset. This is the fourth seed losing to the 20th.
20th seed. Yep, that is an upset technically.
Okay.
But I think this. I mean, I know this Michigan team. He's a good kid.
Uh-huh.
But I think that this is like, um, yeah, this is like he's consistently been up there a little bit, but this is probably one of the higher, better tournaments for them.
Right.
But yeah,
So,
but
but
you
Harvard
know,
OG, like why am I remembering that name? Was that
That's a team that made it pretty far at the Harvard tournament.
And they kind of they're kind of having a breakout year. Is that right?
Well, that's one of them. That's one of their black teams, and their other team is Harvard CC.
Okay.
And so they're not as critical. They're more traditionally, but Harvard OG is more of a K team. And they make like black arguments. Pretty nice people. I love them.
Excellent. Harvard OG. All right. That's interesting. Harvard, and then they go against Michigan in the next one. But then we got Michigan over Northwestern. Looks like that one, at least by the numbers, was kind of expected. Wake Forest over Emory. Oh, okay, that was pretty close. And yeah, Emory over Michigan. So we got in the quarters, we got Emory, Wake, Michigan, Harvard, Texas, Kentucky, Georgetown, and Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's start with y'all. Y'all, tell me about this Georgetown team.
They're a pretty good team. They're one of the top teams in the nation as well. They've been like very late in the elims all year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, they did hedge good on the F, and we did hedge bad on the neg. That's what the debate was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. It's pretty amazing that how, I don't know, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of different strategies out there, but you can manage them. You could kind of direct people into just a certain pathways and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a hedge debate. The previous one was a framework debate. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much was a hedge framework debate. They were AF and they read their no first use hypersonic shift AF, hypersonic weapons shift AF.
Next round we had Texas, Kentucky. These are some pretty high seeded teams right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, pretty heavy hitting. Texas won that one. Any idea what happened in that round?
I think Texas went for a K, I believe.
Oh, okay. Really?
I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, the Texas team is a K-ish team.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so yeah, they lost. The other team lost. I mean, Kentucky lost in the 3-0 in that debate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Does K strategies work that often?
They do if you execute them correctly and you know how to go for them for certain judges.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What's the K? I heard of. Oh man, again, it's been months now. I'm starting to forget some of the things, but there are some. I think some people saying first use is not a topical, or no, they went for. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was going with something else.
Yeah, because first use is the most popular traditional AF.
Right. I think somebody been like they put together a first use T, and I'm like, what?
Oh.
Yeah, and so it's worked a couple of times, but not very much. All right, so this looks like this is the end of the road for Harvard OG. They're going against Michigan. What was Michigan? Oh, they were seeded 5th. Okay.
Well, Michigan is probably one of the top 2 teams in the nation.
Right.
Well, they are in the top 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. But okay. Do you know what the split was on that one? Does it say?
It does on there. Like if you press it, like if you press the team.
Oh, I'm just looking at the picture.
It was a 3. It was a 3-0 for Michigan.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, their panel was probably not the best this round.
Okay.
It was mid-range, but not the best.
All right. So, yeah. And then Emory picks up over Wake Forest. Emory's the top seed. It's their tournament to lose, basically, and they picked it up. What's Wake Forest? Wake Forest is top 10 at this tournament, too. All right. That was a pretty tough round. Oh man, it just gets bad. All right, now we're in the semis. Y'all pick up against Texas. What happened in that round?
Texas went for framework.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they went for framework against us. This K team, that's why I say K-ish.
Yeah.
They went for framework, and that was what it was. And I think sometimes teams use framework as a way to try to punish certain teams,
Oh.
to get like the sympathy from judges. And I think this is kind of one of those instances.
Okay.
And this is similar to what they did to us at the Dartmouth Round Robin. They had a K in framework, and the judge that was judging us was somebody who was heavily framework
Okay.
adjacent. Not adjacent, they were like the
Yeah.
framework. And so they decided to go for framework. And so my students, they decided to bring that up to say, like, you are being a little bit funky with the way that you handle us.
Mm.
And so that was a little bit of a call out moment, as they would say. And, that's kind of what happened. So the debate got a little spicy.
Okay.
Um,
This is the Dartmouth round robin you're talking about, or is this round?
Yeah, we went against some of the Dartmouth Round Robin,
Okay.
and they like knew that they had the strategic advantage to be able to go for framework because the judge was only inclined to vote for framework, and so they did that. And so, I mean, I don't blame them for going for a strategy that they found to be effective, but at the end of the day, if you claim to be a K team and you use this as a tool against K teams, it's kind of giving code switching.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So
interesting cultural.
So my students, my students didn't really like favor that, and I was just like, do what you got to do.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm not going to coach them what to exactly say, but like if you want to do that type of strategy, that is up to you, and you better make sure you're down with the consequences for that.
Other round. This is Emory top seed against Michigan. Heavy.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that debate.
Can you see what the split was though?
Yeah, I can.
What was the split between on your round?
Oh, 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, it was. It was a 3. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's not correct. Hold on. It was a 3-0 for Emory.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. That sets up the final round. Long Beach is sitting in the final round again. I mean, they are really setting up their case for a Copeland acknowledgement. I think, like absolutely. Against Emory. Okay, what happened?
They ran a disarm F with a green tech advantage and disarm advantage, and like they had an add-on that my students didn't really, I guess, handle well, was miscalc. And so we went for the K. We had some case arguments, but I guess my students didn't really apply their offense to this little add-on thing that they had. And so that was what happened. That was what all 3 judges voted on for the most part.
Okay. Man, it's like freaking great run though. They got to be happy with that result. I mean, like it always stings. Yeah.
I mean, my student like kind of beat himself up because he felt like in a 2NR he should have like really attacked more of the thing that they won on. But at the end of the day, I'm just proud that they got that far and that they did it. It was necessary, and it's a senior year, so I don't think it's bad to end the tournament, the final of the year tournament, in the final round. Like when I was a senior and I was at that very tournament, I lost in semis. So I'm like, you did better than me.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot more second place trophies than first place trophies. And it always stings. But you look back and it's like second place. It's like it's a pretty rare thing to accomplish. It's really good.
Yeah, at least you were in the final round.
Yeah.
more than what the rest of the tournament can say.
Right. Right. All right. Well, congratulations to Long Beach. They're having a great year this year. Right when they want to. You can tell that the investment is paying off right now. So, yeah, let them know for whatever it's worth that people are noticing. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, so that does it for this episode. We'll be coming back next week. We're going to finish out the season doing some more of these. Thank you so much, Devin, for helping me get a little bit of insight on what's happening in the background.
You're very welcome.
All right.